double I, they got your big orange face. All year long is the place to be, to hear some balls for life talking Tennessee. You can hate us if you want, but we sure ain't worried about you. We got more important issues.
What is up, everybody? We have a special edition with a special guest. We welcome onto the show Alberto Osuna, Tennessee baseball player. Berto, thank you so much for hopping on. This is awesome.
No, thank y'all. I really appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
how's everything going?
It's been going well. Obviously a big weekend series this past weekend at Ole Miss. That was awesome, and great win last night. Hoping to keep it rolling for this weekend.
Yeah, I wanted to get your take. So you played in the ACC, you played in the SEC, or you've been around for the SEC, I guess. So comparatively speaking, like both of the conferences, what's been the atmosphere? Is there a difference? Are they kind of one and the same?
Um, I'd say there's a few differences. I'd say, I mean, baseball wise, very similar, very competitive, both leagues. I think here there might just be maybe just one or two more guys out of the bullpen that throw a little bit harder. I'd say that's probably the biggest difference is the pitching.
Okay.
Position player wise, I mean, you can see guys like Gavin came from the ACC, went straight to the SEC. Fisher last year as well. Same thing. I'd say hitting wise is pretty, or offensively it's pretty similar. Pitching wise, I think it's just a little more velocity. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that's been the biggest difference. The atmosphere at games too, just really big crowds that I've seen here. Obviously at Tennessee, it's almost a sellout basically almost every game. Then Ole Miss, I mean that series they packed that out really good. Alabama, same thing. It's just been a really cool experience.
Yeah, did Liam Doyle and Andrew Fisher enjoy the booze that came last weekend?
Oh yeah, but I think both of those guys they're big competitors, and it was awesome seeing them both do well at back at their old stomping grounds.
Yeah. So I know this season hasn't gone exactly what you planned for, but Tony made the statement of we're going to make his time worth it. How has that come about? Like, what did he really mean by that?
I just think I mean they've just kind of let me be around, just keep on learning, and I think one thing about this beautiful sport is you never have everything figured out, you know. So I've been a part of 3 amazing programs in college, and adding Tennessee to that list is just incredible. And I've been able to learn a lot from Coach V, from Coach E, and going down the line, Coach Q, Kiv, everybody. It's just been a true blessing being here. And I know obviously things from the outside seem like they didn't go my way, and it's pretty easy to be down about it, but I feel like God did it for a reason. I know I'm here for a reason, so it's just to me it's been a blessing because I've learned a lot and just been around so many great people here.
Well, that's a great way to look at it because, yeah, like you said, it is probably difficult to, if you want to feel sorry for yourself, I guess you can, but you're kind of taking it the other direction and spinning it as a positive. Like I'm here for a reason. So that's awesome to see. Something else that's really awesome is the Tennessee fan base, and they're able to just have your back, kind of be in your corner. What was kind of that like? I know, like, whatever happened with the NCAA, but just having those people in your corner, is that pretty awesome to see?
Oh, I mean, it was incredible. Whenever before oh, excuse me, before I put out that letter. Oh, sorry,
You
slipping a little bit. Before I put out that letter, honestly, like, I was pretty nervous. I didn't really know like how things were going to be looked at and things like that. And I mean, as soon as I put it out, it was crazy. Just the amount of support that I got from all Vol fans and even just across the nation. Like there's people from California, people literally all across the United States, like DMing me, texting me, like saying like, "Hey, like we're rooting for you, like we're hoping you get this chance." And it was just incredible, the whole thing. Obviously, with my team wearing the free Birdo shirts, that was awesome. I had no idea that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I've seen people in the crowds wearing it, bringing signs. A guy made a cowboy hat, which was phenomenal. It was an awesome looking hat. Paintings and like you can name it all, but it's just been incredible, and I never expected it. It really just shows how awesome these Vols fans are.
Yeah. What was kind of your reaction when I think it was Dean Curley had the double and then he unbuttoned the jersey there and had the free Berto shirt on? What was that like?
That was awesome. I had no idea he was doing that either. I had no idea that was under his jersey, and as soon as he ripped it off, I just started like dying laughing. Obviously, it was a big moment in the game too, so
Yeah.
it was just awesome.
Well, those shirts, like they're awesome, but they're also could be like a perfect like cut off shirt. Like it looks like something you'd wear in the gym too.
Well, that's exactly what that was. He Andrew Fisher actually cut it off, and then Dean wore it for that game.
Okay, that's awesome. So this has kind of been your second stint in East Tennessee in college. You're at Walter State, a really good junior college program in Morristown. What was kind of that like going to JUCO? I think your brother was there first. Is that kind of the reason that you wanted to go that path? And how often have you had pals since you've been back in Knoxville?
Well, yeah, obviously with my brother going to junior college and the success he had there, always knew it was a possibility. I obviously like out of high school, you'd love to go to Division I, Division II.
Mhm.
Now I never got any NCAA offers. I had 4 junior college offers, and that was it. So by me saying that I picked junior college, it kind of picked me, But it's again just a true blessing because obviously as soon as Walter State offered, I knew that's exactly where I wanted to go if I was going to the junior college route, and obviously it paid off. Coach Sheldon does a great job with us there. Really polishes us up but just a bunch of players that aren't exactly ready for the NCAA. He finds a way to get us ready, and I mean, it's credit to him because year after year, I mean, he only has players for 2 years and stays so consistent at the top of the nation in junior college. So just shows the development there is incredible.
Yeah. So what about pals? How are you still getting in on that? Make the drive up to Jeff City.
I actually haven't had pals since I've been back, but I do need to go get it at least once.
Okay. Yeah, I went to Carson Newman, so I know exactly where to find a pals at any time. I know exactly how far away I am from one, so I get it.
If I'm being honest, I have no idea how far away I am from here, but I do need to go back to Pals because that was a good one.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes from campus. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's worth it, I think.
Yes, sir. At least
you got to get like 2 meals out of it. You got to like get you a to-go order as well.
Right. At least got to go one time.
Yeah, absolutely. So I saw your major, information sciences. What is that?
It's kind of the technology route.
Okay.
I majored in exercise and sports science at UNC. And it's just kind of something to help me more on the tech side, just learning programming, kind of learning how to work with AI, different things like that.
They need a better title for that. Information sciences. That sounds like Ross Kivett made that up.
No, yes, sir. I figured it was one. There was a smaller list I could pick from, just being a mid-year transfer, and that one seemed interesting to me, and so far in the class, it's helped me.
Yeah,
helped me kind of learn more about it.
So when you went the junior college route, obviously y'all had a really good season at Walter State. What was kind of the offer list like once you were like kind of going into that next season?
Right. Honestly, recruiting went by really fast. We had the COVID year right before, so there wasn't any official visits, anything, and then there wasn't on the Division I side. There wasn't any going out and recruiting either. So it was literally just more word of mouth, just what the coaches like said about us, and it came down to 2 schools, one being an in-state school, and then one being North Carolina, and I picked North Carolina because it was we went and played there. It was phenomenal. Connected extremely well with Coach Forbes, Coach Weiersbicky, and just through great conversation, that was the place I wanted to go.
Yeah. What was their? Well, I mean, was there a plan for you to play first base and DH?
Yep.
Okay. So that's kind of all you have. Have you always been like a bigger kid that wanted to just hit bombs?
Growing up, actually, it all kind of switched. In middle, I wasn't very good coming up to like around middle school, and then got cut my 7th grade year, and then that's kind of like whenever the switch clicked, and started working out a lot more. I think like 5-6 days a week, and just really started like it was basically following my brother's footsteps of if we're gonna get what we want in the sport, like you have to work as hard as you can to get it, and made the team 8th grade year, was able to play varsity my freshman year of high school a little bit, and then was just a mainstay sophomore, junior, and senior year. Looked over, went to junior college, and then obviously got the amazing opportunity to play at North Carolina. And now we're hoping a great opportunity at Tennessee, but just being able to be around this and just seeing how far my career has been able to take me, and then hopefully if God allows me to continue my career, just keep on with that.
Yeah, and you're familiar with Tennessee. Y'all played in Omaha together. What was kind of that like seeing it from the opposite dugout? Did you think like, oh, Tennessee's just like some cocky pricks, or who's this Italian guy that's super animated over there in the dugout?
No, right. I wish I could remember a little bit more because Omaha is kind of
A blur.
it is a little bit of a blur, like because you're just so focused on yourself that like you don't even really pay attention to other teams. Like you're just trying to be ready for those games. And I mean, you know that Tennessee plays with a little bit more of a flair. Obviously, guys like Blake Berg, Christian Moore, Ensley, like of those guys just watching games, watching videos, and things like that. And it was honestly it felt like a dog fight. You just gotta we just had to step between the lines and fight. And Tennessee got the best of us. So
well, that was the game where Hunter Ensley ran into the wall.
Oh yeah.
Even like from the opposing dugout, you're still like, oh crap, like that stinks. But at the same time, you're just like tip your cap, like that's a heck of a play.
No, right. Our shortstop actually in the first inning, I believe it was the lead off the game. I think Christian Moore. I mean, he just barreled a ball up to him, diving play, and threw him out from his knees, and it was like, oh dang, like all right, here we go. And then Ensley makes that play, and it's like, gosh, like it just felt like a boxing match, just punch after punch after punch, And it was a really cool experience and cool game to be a part of because there was great plays on both sides. Christian Moore made a great play. Someone, I believe D'Onofrio made an unreal play for us. Like it was just back and forth. That's just what happens when two great teams are.
When you look at the score, you're like, okay, like, but it was 0-0 going into the 4th inning, I think, and then Kavaris Tears, I think, had a game himself. Yeah, and funny enough, I think last night he hit his first professional home run in his first professional game. So.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I remember Tears' homer. It was a tang. Him and both.
Yeah, and Vance Honeycutt, he was a stud too. I mean, Omaha in general, there's so many guys that you're just like, yeah, probably a big leaguer. There's just so many up and down the lineups.
Right, yeah. And I mean, every team to get there, you have to be super talented. And, and I think the best state got there last year because it was just unreal talent everywhere you looked.
Yeah. So I do have like a submitted question for you from a good friend of the pod. If you know who that is, you probably can figure it out. He asked, is Tony as crazy as advertised?
I thought he was going to be a little bit different. He's just really competitive. And it's kind of like how you hear there's guys that are just great guys outside of the field, but between the lines you hate them. And I feel like if you're on the other side, like you don't like them. Like it's pretty clear as day. But you don't like him because he's such a competitor, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like you could say that about any great player. Is between the lines, you're not going to like playing against them. You're not going to like them. Like you might not like their attitude, but like honestly, like he's a great person. Like he wants what's best for his players, and I think that's pretty evident. Like people love playing for him. Like you don't really hear anybody ever saying anything bad about him. And I think it's more from an outside. People just don't like him because he's so competitive. But all he wants to do is win.
Yeah.
And he'll fight you to win. So I mean, no, but outside the lines, he's a great person, and between the lines, he's a great coach, as we can tell what he's done here. So
Right. And I think the cool thing about Tony is he's just so engaged. Like no matter what, we had him on the show a couple months ago, and like it could have been something where he just like kind of brushes it off, kind of gets through it and moves on. But the man was so engaged the entire time. And even in like a midweek game, like y'all are probably going to run rule somebody. And I mean, in the 8th inning, he'll smack the pad like he's mad about a ball or a strike. Like, I mean, the game is not in question, but he's still so engaged and wants the best for whoever is pitching out there. So I think that's the cool thing about Tony Vitello is it's the competitiveness, but he is like there's never an off switch when the game's going on.
no, he always tells us that we got to compete until the umpires leave the field. Until then, we can rest. But once he says play ball, it's a fight, and we just got to go. And what I feel like is really awesome too is how he wants everybody involved too. So like in yesterday's game, like he was begging to get Hunter High and at bat. I mean, Hunter High, very hard worker. Everybody here works extremely hard. So like he's trying to get an opportunity for everybody. And I just thought that was really cool. Hunter High being able to get in there at the end of the game, get the game winning hit, and also Colby Backus got an at bat and got a single as well. It just proves that how much depth we have and how much he strives to get everybody those opportunities that we all want.
You mentioned hard workers, and Q comes to mind when you're talking about guys that have like worked hard to change their body. Guys like Jared Dickey come to mind. I don't know if you've seen a picture of Reese Chapman his freshman year, but he's scrawny, looks like a second baseman, and now he's a jack right fielder. Has that been some? Have you seen like a change in your body since you got to Tennessee?
I definitely have. Working with both Q and Beth has just been incredible. I've lost 5 pounds now, and we're just working on it. We're just working really hard in the weight room. My nutrition has became a big factor as well. That's probably one of the reasons why I haven't been able to get the pals. I don't want to mess that up because it's not the best, obviously. Like I would dream to just go and have a
Taco
cheat
Bell.
meal, but when you're working so hard and you're trying to get somewhere, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, can you say what you eat a ton of? Is that
chicken, rice, broccoli in the morning? It's always spinach and eggs.
okay?
And dinner kind of varies: steak, chicken, whatever, kind of whatever I have around. It helps that I grew up around my parents and the restaurant, so
Yeah.
I was able to kind of get that cooking edge, I guess, if I want to say it.
So they have a restaurant in Greenville. Is that correct?
Okay. Greenville, South Carolina, yes, sir.
So what's the restaurant called?
Coronitas.
Okay. And how long have they had it?
They opened it up in March of last year, I believe.
Okay.
Of 24. We have another one called Coronas, and that's where their managers there, and they've worked that. I think my dad has worked there since either 96 or 98.
Wow.
When my family came over, then my mom also started working there, so just for a long time.
Yeah. What's your go-to meal there? I won't tell Q.
I would say burrito California, just a big burrito with stuff with a bunch of stuff.
Gotcha. Is like your parents is that like their go-to? Like when they make food for you guys or?
Usually fajitas is their go-to.
Fajitas? Okay.
Yeah, steak fajitas, chicken fajitas. That's usually their their bread and butter.
That's awesome. I got some family in Greenville, so I'll have to make sure that they stop by, and next time I'm there, I'll have to stop by.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Is there something else, like what's their so fajitas is probably their specialty on the menu?
I'd say so. It's just it works out for a
Yeah.
bigger group, just
Okay.
being able to share it.
Okay. What about they got some ACP too?
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
I
It's hard to beat.
will also say hard to beat the cheese dip that we have.
Okay.
So if
You
you
got a
go,
little
you have to
special
try it.
ingredient in that?
I don't honestly. I have no idea how they make it,
They just
but
make it with love, huh?
oh yeah,
Okay.
they must have a little extra touch.
Okay. I like that. So, also our friend of the pod wanted me to ask, do they call you Big Bert?
Honestly, they call them. I mean, I've had so many nicknames over the years. It's just
Whatever.
I've gotten Big Bert, Berto, just Bert, obviously. Um, at UNC, I got the nickname Tortuga.
Okay.
But I've had a ton of them. I just kind of
Tortuga's a
whatever
good one.
whatever people call me is I'll answer to
That's
it.
fine with you. Okay.
Yeah.
You've been called worse, probably.
Oh yeah.
Especially probably at Ole Miss last weekend.
I didn't get any Ole Miss, but I'll say ECU fans aren't the nicest people in the world.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely
that's the jungle, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. SEC play in full swing. Well, what's kind of your biggest takeaway so far from this season? Like what this team looks like? Is they a contender? Like, you think they got a chance to roll with it? What's some things you want to see differently?
No, I mean absolutely. I just feel like right now we're in the thick of things right now, and there's not really an off weekend in the SEC. Every team is extremely talented. I think this year more than ever. I don't know if it's just because I'm paying attention a little bit more, but I mean, I think last week's polls had 10 teams in the SEC in the top 25. It's just extremely competitive and kind of just a grind, I could say. But I feel like this team does an extremely good job of just hooking it up every single day and bringing it every single day. Because if you have an off day, then it's going to be tough to win that day, And even whenever adversity has hit us, kind of like Ole Miss that last game, we didn't play the best defense, but we found a way to win.
Yeah.
As well as South Carolina on Saturday, same thing, kind of just a gritty game, like just things might not be bouncing your way, and you just got to find a way to win. And I feel like this team, that's the biggest it factor for this team is finding those ways to win no matter what.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Everybody wants to see like a team like Tennessee. I feel like the expectations are so high now that if you don't dominate somebody has a negative thing to say. But in reality, even last year's team, I mean, North Carolina, that was a really good ball game. Like that, you don't just dominate everybody in college baseball. That's unheard of.
No, right. And I mean, you see it every midweek as well. Like, everybody, if you're playing college baseball, you're an extremely high level baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't bring it every single day, I mean, it's going to get exposed. Like, you just have one off day and it can tumble. And then just one bad bounce that day, and all of a sudden instead of being down 4 or being down 1 in the ninth, you're down 4, and it's a lot harder of a comeback,
Sure.
So it's just always like just staying in it and bring it every single day. And I feel like that's what this team does extremely well.
Yeah, I know Andrew Fisher made the transition to first base this season. What have you kind of seen? Have you worked with him a little bit, and what have you seen? Him like improving wise. It seems like it looks like he's been playing there for a long time. I know he hasn't, but it seems like he's improving every single day. So, what have you seen from Andrew Fisher at first?
No, right. I feel like at first it was just him getting comfortable over there. A third baseman, been a third baseman his whole life, and just having to make that move, like people say it's an easy position, but it's not as easy as someone would think. Whenever throws are going everywhere, especially at this level where it's high velocity, like it's tough, and guys are hitting balls extremely hard over there. So I just feel like he didn't get frustrated at all, and it worked extremely hard with Coach Ricky and Coach Kivett. and just kind of just figured it out over there on the fly. Like that's basically what he had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a guy that he's comfortable in his own skin. He knew that he would be fine over there. Never panicked, and it's obviously worked out extremely well for him, but also for the team. Just him being able to make that move and being able to just switch guys in different positions.
So do you have some roommates, or are you on your own?
I'm on my own actually. Just
Okay.
here by
So,
myself. Yeah.
so who's some of your boys on the team? Who we go to dinner with?
I would say probably like Hunt did a really good job. I met Hunt and Dean in Miami for an event, so I knew of them. Obviously, Backus, I played with him in junior college. Peebles played against him. Gavin played against him. Fisher. I feel like this team does a really good job of just going out and kind of just hanging out. Like that's. I feel like that's a big part of the team, and as soon as I stepped in, they kind of just invited me in, and whenever people hang out, they always invite me. So
Yeah,
I've been extremely lucky.
So were you kind of nervous? Like, I mean, getting that call from Tennessee, obviously, like you were familiar with East Tennessee. When you entered the transfer portal and you got that call, what was your initial reaction? Was it like, yeah, I'm there? Or was it like, yeah, let me think about it. Let me see if I have other offers. What was that kind of like?
It was a long process, kind of just trying to figure out the eligibility thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then finally I just decided like it would be a phenomenal opportunity. So I did decide pretty. I'd say after they called me, it probably took a week to like realize, okay, like if there's a chance that I can play, I want to do it.
Yeah.
So I'd say I'm sorry, I can't really answer. It's like a yes and a no, like because it's at first it's like, oh gosh, like is this the right thing or is it not? But
you always, like, Tennessee won the national championship. Obviously, you're going to take that call to at least see what they have to say, for sure.
No, right, absolutely, and it's incredible opportunity. I'm super blessed to be here. I just kind of prayed that I can make the right decision, and I still feel like I made the right decision.
Yeah. What about, like, let's go pitching wise. Obviously, you're practicing with the team. Who's some of your favorite pitchers to face?
Ooh, honestly, I got here so late that I didn't really get to face. Yeah, I didn't really get to face like the guys that y'all see on the weekends, but just like from afar, obviously Liam's stuff is just electric. Um, Marcus's stuff is electric. I mean, all the guys were honestly that you see on the weekend. I mean, their stuff. If you haven't seen it in person, I mean, their stuff jumps out of their hand. It's really really cool to see how a few years ago you might have had maybe 5 to 10 people throwing that hard, like 95 plus, and now it's literally just on this team alone. You see that, and I mean that's everywhere in the country, or honestly in the SEC. Like you see a lot of guys throwing extremely hard, and if you take a step back, just as a baseball fan, you just watch it. It's pretty fun to watch.
I don't know why, but I picture you and AJ Russell just in the indoor facility, just like going best on best. Has that happened yet?
No, actually, my locker's right beside his, so we always kind of talk about that.
Okay.
When he was coming back, I was hoping I could get in that bat against him, but I didn't get one.
Okay. So we're going to see him this weekend, right?
I honestly have no idea. No clue.
I'm just kidding. I was just trying to get something out of you. I mean, obviously, like it looks like he's coming back. He didn't pitch last night. So I think that is kind of the opening that hopefully you're able to see him some this weekend. And yeah, that's just kind of like Tennessee's secret weapon. Like he was one of the top prospects in college baseball. And then he could be back for the number 4 team in the country right now.
No, right. I mean, and just watching his stuff in the midweek, I mean, he has a really good fastball, and then his off speed is is really good as well, and he's a great guy too. Just kind of helped me as soon as I got here. He was still hurt when I got here, but just kind of helped me with the transition of getting in the locker room, and whenever like we'd go out, he was doing a lot to just try to talk to me and make me feel comfortable. So I'm really appreciative of Big Russ, and I'm excited to see it. I don't know if he'll be this weekend, honestly. That's not the question for me, but if it is, then I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be some exciting stuff. With this weekend, is it hard to like? Obviously, like you're a player, like you want to see guys just like go out and do the best they can. Is it funny to watch like the interaction with maybe Frank and Tony and let's say Liam Doyle, like when he was going to go out there for the 9th inning? Like, is it funny to see like them? I guess like or AJ Russell, he's like, "Are you going to go out?" Or AJ's like, "I'm going back out there," and they're like, "No, you're not." Is it funny to see that reaction or that? I guess back and forth.
It is. It's definitely. I'm definitely in a different role than I've ever been. Just being able to like soak up so much information, but also like you get. I feel like when you're playing, you're so like locked in on trying to do your best that like you kind of zone out of different things. And I've been able to kind of take a step back and kind of just see like a different coaching style than I've ever kind of been a part of. Every place you go, there's a little bit of a difference, and it's just been really cool and getting to understand the program and just getting to understand a different way to win.
Yeah. So you think coaching is probably in your future at some point?
I think so. I'd really enjoy. I'm not sure yet if I want to do kind of a strength and conditioning type coaching or on-field baseball coaching, but as of right now, I'm 99% sure that I would want to go into coaching.
Or are you trying to grow out a mustache similar to Kirby? Or are you trying to one up him at some point?
Listen, Kirby's was one of a kind. I can't grow that. I can promise you. This is about as much as I got.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. That would be hard to beat for sure.
Yeah, it would.
So I mean, looking at Kentucky, what's kind of the scouting report? Who do they have? I know they lost the weekend series at Texas, but was super competitive, and they've been competitive in every series. So what's kind of that like? A team that was in Omaha last year, made it there, was really good, lost a ton of guys, and still trying to find their footing in the SEC.
No, right. Honestly, I haven't. We haven't spoken much. Usually, that's on Thursdays about them. But
Okay.
I do know they have a good pitching staff, and I know it's just a gritty team. And whenever you step between the lines against another team with another jersey on it, it's going to be competitive, especially if they have an SEC patch on that jersey. You know, it's going to be a dogfight. So I'm just excited to see the boys compete again and at Lindsey Nelson. You know.
And Kentucky, they play a lot of small ball. So as a first baseman, or do you like that? Do you like when other teams do that, or you're like, oh gosh?
It's a little indifferent. You know,
Okay.
it's just you get that scouting report that you just have to flip the switch. Okay, like you know to expect this a little bit more, and we kind of prepare for it in practice, leading up to the weekend. So you're ready for it. You practice it so much that it's just if you need to pull this out of your back pocket, then you can do that. If it's a bunting team, you can pull that out of your back pocket. You kind of just get comfortable with it.
Yeah. So I know you said nutrition's a big thing, and you don't go eat a whole lot. Is there like a place that you found in Knoxville that is similar to home? You don't have to say better, but similar to home.
That's a great question. I'm trying to think. That in that Market Square, there was a restaurant where I went with a lot of guys. I couldn't tell you the name. It was a Mexican restaurant.
Soccer taco.
Soccer taco, yep. And
Okay.
I had chimichangas there, and they're really good. So
Okay.
I'd say so far. I haven't gotten to many Mexican spots, but
Okay.
I do. That one was really good.
Oh well, one day we're gonna have to go to. I don't know if you've been to Sono Taco. It's like a cantina place.
Oh yeah, we get that catered a lot, and I did go one day, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, that I think that's Ross Kivett's spot before he had a baby. Now I don't think he gets to go a ton.
Yeah,
but
I don't think so either. I think
he's kind of calmed down a little bit. It's quite good.
Yeah. We can tell some days that he doesn't get much sleep, but
That's funny. Well, so I mean, what do you think, like expectation wise? Like, where is this team? I mean, do you think that they got it? It's just got to put it together every single weekend, or do you think like need some help? Maybe an AJ Russell at some point.
uh, I mean, obviously having AJ would benefit this team a lot. But I'd say like that we just continue competing. Like these guys are extremely talented, and we all know all it kind of takes is being an extremely well-rounded team. And I honestly think this team we can make a really far run. So it's just been exciting to see the type of baseball that that we've been playing and just kind of finding ways to win. That's all. That's the name of the game. As long as you
Yeah.
score more than the other team.
Are you a seeds or some? Are you a seeds or a gum guy in the dugout?
Seeds. I'd say
Seeds.
I
Okay.
crush some seeds.
Well, what's your favorite flavor?
They have a lot of dill pickle, and I honestly before this year never had dill pickle, so I think that's probably why that's the flavor I've been going with the most.
Okay.
It's something different.
There's one that has like the churro. Have you had those before?
They actually sent one of the guys a huge box, and those were pretty good too.
Yeah, those are incredible.
Uh
I'm all in. I mean, they're definitely terrible for you, but I'm in.
huh. But they're really good.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like a dessert seed almost.
Yeah, it's like it's got the savory and sweet. It's got everything you need.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Berto, this has been awesome. Really appreciate it. I'm not going to keep you too long, but really appreciate the time and looking forward to your future and obviously Tennessee's future this season. And I think the NCAA made the wrong decision. You don't have to say anything about that, but really appreciate you being here. I think it says a lot about you as a person, and just know I think Tennessee. I speak for all Nation, but everybody's behind you and looking forward to seeing what you do in the future. If you want to coach, hey, we'll do it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. Vol Nation has definitely been extremely strong, and I'm grateful to be a part of it now.
Yeah, awesome. All right, man. Go Vols.
All right, yes, sir. Thank you. Go Vols.
See ya.